Good morning, Aurora. Good morning, Aurora. Good morning, Aurora. The time is 8 a.m. and you are watching Aurora Weather here on Good Morning, Aurora, the second largest city's first daily news podcast. As we mentioned this week, this weather report on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays takes us into the regular scheduled morning show. So let's talk about what we can expect. As we told you guys yesterday, there's a lot of snow coming to the area and interesting temperature changes to follow as well. The key points: the chances for accumulating wet snow and at least some impacted travel in the region continues to increase, but substantial uncertainties still exist. So we must be aware of that. This weather once again comes from the National Weather Service of Chicago, delivered to you here on Aurora Weather. Now what's uncertain, as you guys can see right here, excellent. Precise storm track and strength, and then also the lack of deep cold air, and increased details are right here as well. We may even go live tomorrow and give you the weather just to keep you updated. What should you do? Stay up to date on the forecast. Rely on dependable sources for your weather forecast info. You're already doing that. It's good. And then plan ahead for possible travel impacts in the region. All right. Now, here is our forecast for today and going forward. We mentioned that there's a lot of snow coming into the area. That's going to start tonight. Pockets of slick travel tonight as well through tomorrow, Saturday morning. Okay, let's talk about that. Today, daytime high, 37 degrees. Daytime low, 34 degrees. Mostly a cloudy day today. A little bit of a peak of sunshine. It could happen for us. All right. Tonight, 31 degrees for the nighttime high, 27 degrees for the nighttime low. The beginning of the accumulation of snow begins tonight, as we mentioned. Tomorrow, 37 degrees for the daytime, 34 degrees for the daytime low tomorrow. And then the snow begins, goes into tomorrow, Saturday night, 28 degrees for the nighttime low, 33 degrees for the nighttime high. Okay. That goes into Sunday morning, 38 degrees for the daytime high, 34 degrees for the daytime low, and the snow continues. However, it appears that the snow drops off and leaves us Sunday night with a clear but yet cold night on Sunday night, 24 degrees for the nighttime low, 30 degrees for the nighttime high on Sunday night. As we go into next week on Monday, 39 degrees for the daytime high, 35 degrees for the daytime low on Monday. A rather cloudy day on Monday, not a lick of sunshine in our forecast. As we get into Monday night, this is where the humdinger begins. 29 degrees for the nighttime low, 33 degrees for the nighttime high. But what do we notice? An accumulation of snow coming down on Monday night, and that details into our additional details right here, as you guys can see. Tells you about Saturday evening going into early Sunday morning. A complete weather forecast. Shout out to the National Weather Service of Chicago and good morning, Aurora. All right, let's recap. Today, mostly cloudy, a little bit of a peak of sun, okay? 34 degrees for the low, 37 degrees for the daytime high. Tonight, 27 for the low, 31 degrees for the daytime high. Tomorrow, 37 degrees for the high, 34 degrees for the daytime low. A lot of snow is coming to the area beginning tomorrow, going into tomorrow night. Saturday night, 33 degrees for the high, 28 for the low. Snow continues. Boom. The snow continues into Sunday. Daytime high, 38. Daytime low, 34 degrees on Sunday. Bundle up. And then we go into Monday, 35 degrees for the low on Monday, 39 degrees for the high on Monday. Monday night, snow continues. We have a whopper coming next week. That's what they tell us. So that is the weather. Now we have one more announcement for you. As we mentioned to you guys in a couple of other adjoining videos and pieces of media on our social media sites, our friends, the Woodcrafters, Juan and Luz, tragically, their son passed away before the new year. The funeral arrangements are here for today, and it begins at 10 a.m. Okay, so you guys can see these funeral arrangements, and please, if you're coming to the funeral, please do so. You're able to come. It's open to the public. But here are the details for it, and then we will mention that as well before we leave the show. So that is the weather and the details for today. Let's get on with a great show. Good morning, Aurora. The time is 8:06 a.m. and you are watching Good Morning, Aurora, the second largest city's first daily news podcast. It is Friday, the 5th of January, 2024. It is the end of the very first week of a brand new year. That's significant for many reasons. First of all, to start off with a year that's brought us a lot of emotions already. It really does feel like a milestone, at least to me personally, to have wrapped up 1 week. So I want to know how you guys are feeling. You can let me know that in the chat. How do you feel ending this first week? Do you feel strong and happy? Are you kind of wavy? Let me know with an emoji. Put in the sun, some clouds, however you feel. I'm not going to type right now, but I would put the sun emoji. I feel good as we end this very first week. I'm looking forward to more great weeks, more great months, and also another great year. So good morning to Aisha Saxon. Hello there. Gloria Penaloza and Jennifer Ryan Mayton. Good to see you guys. Sisters Party Decor gets the shout out. Josue Pais. Steven Statura. Good morning to you as well, sir. So we have the regular news for you guys. Before we get into that, the funeral arrangements for our friends, the Cayetano family, we shared that for you guys already in the weather portion of the show. But we want to encourage you guys, if you're going to come, service begins at 10 a.m. So we're going to be highlighting that for you guys. And we shared this in our different media and different social media. And so it's really significant. It means a lot to us. The family mean a lot to us. They're really great people, and they've been wonderful folks. They lost their oldest son, and that is truly unimaginable. So, our hearts go out with them. The time is 8:08. I think what we'll do is we will have a quick moment of silence for the Cayetano family, and then we'll get into the regular news and what have you. So right now we'll observe a moment of silence for the family. Time is 8:09. I hope that moment of silence helps you. If you lost a loved one as well. Coming up next week on Friday, the 12th of next week, actually, myself and our co-host for Buenos Dias, Aurora, Mireya Banuelos, we will be doing a show ourselves as well. Her and I will be talking about grief and loss. Mireya lost her daughter tragically, and my father passed away last year. So this or next week on Friday, on the 12th, her and I will have a discussion right here, and we'll be talking about it and sharing some things. And I think I'll make a post which will detail it a little bit better as an event and have people tune in to watch. But for those who've experienced grief or for those who've experienced loss, I think the hope is that other people will see that, be able to take something from it, and maybe it'll help push their own internal or personal ball forward. For a lot of people, when you do experience loss, and when you experience loss, the grief process is different for everybody. It's never easy. For some people, it takes on different forms. So her and I will be talking about that here on this show on the 12th. We encourage you to check it out. All right. Now we'll get into the weather. Cindy, or the rest of the news. Cindy Morales, good morning to you as well. All right. So first things first, tomorrow, the Pigeon Hill neighborhood, which is Ward 1, will be having their New Year's Eve party, Pigeon Hill party, rather. And this is bringing back the Pigeon Hill neighborhood group. One thing that I learned from people who are old school Pigeon Hill residents is that a lot of different neighborhoods had neighborhood groups, but for one reason or another, whatever it may have been, some of the groups disbanded or just stopped meeting. This is restarting one of those groups, the Pigeon Hill group. So join Ward 1 Alderman Emmanuel Llamas to celebrate the new year, restart this group at this free Pigeon Hill New Year's party open to the entire Ward 1. On your screen there tomorrow, the 6th, from noon to 3 p.m. It's going to be at St. Joseph's Church, lower level, 722 High Street, right around the corner from your boy. So it'll be a humdinger, noon to 3 p.m. Shout out to Ward 1 Alderman Emmanuel Llamas. All right. Next, our dear friend Martrell Webb. Martrell Webb gets the shout out. Tell you something real quick about Martrell Webb. He is he's a interesting young man. He's a filmmaker. He's also a documentarian here in the city of Aurora, and he and his family are putting this on. It's called A Legacy of Excellence. I haven't had the chance to interview him yet, but we've worked together on some really cool things. Shout out to him, and he made a great documentary about Aurora, I think in 2018. It's on YouTube. We'll share the link to that on our page, but it's really good. You should check it out. Anyway, celebrate Black History Month at Fox Valley Mall. Join us as we connect our communities through a celebration of history, culture, and achievements. RSVP at the link that we see here, www.ddcraps.com/BHM. We'll share that. Spoken word dancers, fashion show DJ, Brazilian capoeira. I know I tore that up. I don't know what that says. I don't know how to say that. Words of wisdom from the youth and much more. This will be at the Fox Valley Mall, February 10th from noon to 4 p.m. Different sponsors as well: Banana Pudding Twist, Fox Valley Mall, and Dawning Day Creations, and Aban Advantage Consulting. Be ready. So once again, it's going to be February 10th. A Legacy of Excellence. Celebrate Black History Month at Fox Valley Mall. All right. Next, the Women of Aurora have a network luncheon coming up. It's going to be Thursday, January 11th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. It's going to be at Society 57, 100 South River Street. That's right across the street from the Aurora Public Library. Founded by Cynthia Gamboa, multi-preneur, philanthropist, and founder of WOA and Cups Broad Drive. There's going to be 3 great guest speakers, and the panel topic is operating and building your confidence in 2024. Now, space is limited and registration is required. The QR code is on the link at the bottom right of this flyer. We've shared this flyer on our social media pages. We encourage you to register, check it out, and get involved. Once again, that's going to be Thursday, January 11th, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., Society 57. The time is 8:14 a.m. You are watching Good Morning Aurora, the second largest city's first daily news podcast. Thank you to all the friends, family, listeners, and supporters for supporting us since the beginning and here in 2024. All right. Nancy Juarez, good morning to you. Claudia Lopez, shout out. Claudia Lopez, great friend of the show. Claudia Lopez works for VNA. She does a lot in the community. Shout out Claudia Lopez. Paul Dominguez, happy Friday, New Year. Miss you, bro. Paul Dominguez gets a shout out as well. Paul Dominguez was the senior financial counselor at the Aurora FEC, but he's not anymore. Now he works for the Kane County Sheriff's Office. Big things. Large things. Okay, who else? Real quick. Juan Cayetano, of course. See you very soon, my dear friend. Mariana Martinez gets a shout out too. Good morning, Mariana Martinez. All right, let's move on. We get caught up in the shout outs, but I hope y'all don't mind. We love y'all. Okay, next up on the screen, the Veteran Resource Fair in Town Hall. It's going to be Friday, February 2nd. 2 parts to this amazing event. First of all, it's going to be at VFW Post 1197, 645 South River Street, Veterans of Foreign Wars in Batavia, Illinois, 60510. Friends of ours. Join the Veteran Resource Fair, where they will have over 40 organizations providing resources for the veterans community, and also check out the showcase of local veteran-owned businesses. Now, 2 parts to this. The Resource Fair and Business Showcase is going to be from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. The Town Hall with VA officials is going to be from 4:30 p.m. to 6 p.m. We've shared this as well on our social media pages. Later in the evening, they'll be discussing national and state level important issues. Free lunch is provided to those who register. The registration link is down there at the bottom. Many great organizations are bringing this about, including the United Way of Batavia, American Legion, Veterans Agriculture Concession, and other great organizations. So scan the code and get lunch when you go there, Friday, February 2nd. All right. Moving right along. The time is 8:16 a.m. Julia Lindbergh, good morning to you as well. The 39th annual Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. ceremony is going to be Monday, January 15th, beginning at 6 p.m. at Calvary Church. That's a church I go to, my mom goes to. 9 South 200 Illinois Route 59. That's 59 at Montgomery Road. The theme is What Happens to a Dream Determined, with special guest speakers, Dr. Dorothy Tillman, 17-year-old PhD graduate and nonprofit organization founder, and Tyler Lepley, award-winning actor and of The Haves and the Have-Nots and Harlem. Once again, January 15th, 6 p.m., Calvary Church. The QR code for registration is on the bottom left hand of this flyer. All right, moving right along. If you like literacy, you like books, and who doesn't, this Saturday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the downtown Aurora Public Library Santori branch, right across from Society 57. It's going to be the Early Literacy Expo. This is the second annual of this event. Enter to win. They're giving away 2 strollers and a basket. This is one of a number of great initiatives and events put on by the Aurora Public Library. The Aurora Public Library does a lot in regards to programming and different services here in the city of Aurora, both in English and Spanish, for the entire community to enjoy. Once again, it's going to be tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Santori Library. So you know what you could do? You could go to this and then go to Emmanuel Llamas' thing if you live in Ward 1. You could do both. All right. Next up, very important, extremely important. We detailed to this to you guys, I think on Wednesday. It might have been Tuesday. Anyway, the city of Aurora has a community feedback opportunity going on. It's an affordable housing study. This study and survey is in English and Spanish. We detailed it and went through it on the computer on the screen for you guys, just to show you what the questions look like. But the topics of discussion are home ownership, rental housing, future housing needs, housing development, and housing rehabilitation. The city of Aurora is currently developing an affordable housing strategy. Policies and priorities outlined in the plan will shape Aurora's approach to affordable housing preservation and expansion over the next 10 years. And the city is seeking your input to complete the plan. Do you want to participate? Yes, you do. You do. Aurora residents and stakeholders are invited to share their feedback with city staff through February 23rd. The city offers multiple community participation. Sip it up. We haven't done that in a while because I don't have to push the button anymore. Rickert. All right, let's try that again. That was kind of difficult. All right. The city offers multiple community participation opportunities, including an online survey, open houses at 3 locations, and one-on-one meetings with city staff. We got there. For more information about the city's online survey and other ways to provide feedback, please utilize the QR code on the flyer and the direct adjoining link as well. So once again, it's in English and Spanish. Scan the QR code by Friday, the 23rd of February to participate in that. All right, that is the news for you guys. Time is 8:20. The funeral for the Cayetano family and their for Leo Cayetano is going to be today. It begins at 10 a.m. and then there is the procession, which will go to the funeral home. And actually, let me read the direct details for you guys. Bear with me just a moment. So at 10 a.m. today, Mass is going to be at Our Lady of Mercy Church, and that's at 701 South Eola Road here in Aurora. The cemetery is at 17 West 201 East Roosevelt Road and Oakbrook Terrace. So that is going to be taking place today at 10 a.m. Mass is at Our Lady of Mercy Church, once again, 701 South Eola Road. So that is the news for you guys, and that is the weather. 2 things to leave you guys with before we go. Starting next week on Monday, we are going to be introducing 2 new segments. They're not going to happen on Monday, but there's going to be 2 new segments that are going to be coming about and shown on Good Morning Aurora. There's going to be some social media posts that detail them first, and then you'll start seeing them pop up. But one of them is going to be with one of our dear faith leaders here in the community. And then the other is going to be one of a more business nature. They're going to be monthly features of the show. Proud to announce, you may have seen some of these individuals out and about in the community doing great things. Well, now you will see them with their own segments here on Good Morning Aurora. They'll be once a month segments, and we'd like your feedback too. You can send us an email at goodmorningaurora@gmail.com, and you can also contact us via our Google Voice number. Leave us a voicemail, 331-256-7782. And we're going to start maybe playing some of those voicemails and detailing what you guys tell us and want to see out here in the community in a great way. Also, we have a great interview with the Cornucopia shop coming up as well. So this month is really packed with some good media. You guys are going to be seeing a couple of different types of live versions of the show. You'll be seeing us in places that you've never seen us before. That's for sure. And who knows what else we might do. We might make a spinoff show. It could happen. Time is 8:22 a.m. Once again, services and mass this morning is going to be at Our Lady of Mercy Church for Leo Cayetano, 701 South Eola Road here in Aurora. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you guys have a blessed rest of this day. Have a safe weekend. We will see you Monday with more news, more weather, and the very best of Aurora. Take care of yourself and each other.
Rise and shine. Pour yourself a cup of coffee and tune in to Good Morning Aurora. News, weather, and really cool interviews. Monday through Friday from 8 to 9 a.m.